Here's what's happening in the news. I just came across an article, Dollar Today, that's entitled, 10 best and worst notes with purchase power in the world. And it talks about, top two strongest high denomination currencies and the two worst purchasing power or currencies with the least amount of purchasing power. And I'll include this below so you can take a look at it. But I thought it was quite interesting, where everyone knows what's going on in Venezuela. Inflation is just through the roof. The bolivar is worth nothing, and then also the Argentina peso is on that list as well. And so it just lists two of the strongest currencies, and it says here most people think it's the 500 euro note, but actually it's not. It's the 10,000 Singapore dollar as well as the 1,000 Swiss franc, which are the highest denominated currencies that actually has purchasing power. And so the 10,000 Singapore dollar is equivalent to about 7,500 US dollars in purchasing power. And the second is $1,000 Swiss franc, which is equivalent to about 1,070 dollars. And so two pieces of paper with high or two high denomination currencies that are relatively worth their weight. And then it gives a list of a couple countries, and it says number one, Singapore, 10,000, approximately $7,400, $7,500. Swiss franc is number two with about 1,000. And then in Europe, the $500, 500 euro note is worth $560. And then it just goes through a list of other countries that have a relatively high purchasing power in regards to their currency notes. And Croatia is, their 1,000 Croatia note, whatever it might be called, is only worth $148 purchasing power. So the list goes on and on. And of course, it has the United States as far as the highest denomination, with our $100 bill being worth, $100. That's because they're comparing everything to the dollar. So in actuality, the dollar doesn't purchase much as it used to as well. But that's all paper currencies in general. And then I scroll down a little further and get into the worst paper notes. Number one, of course, as I mentioned, is the bolivar, 100 bolivar, Venezuela, 100 bolivars, which is equivalent, which is 100. I always look at it and think of it as $100 bill in my terms, but yet there, as far as what you can actually do with it, is equivalent of what we would consider 17 cents. So about a dime, a nickel, and two pennies is what it can actually purchase. So think about here, what can you purchase with 17 cents? Not much. I can't really think of anything. Even there's not even such thing as penny candy anymore. So just to go, just to show how inflated their currency is to the point where a 100 bolivar note is not worth a thing. And so it goes on down the list here: Liberia, Guyana, is Bugistan, and Malawi, and all these other Sierra Leone, and it just basically mentions that all these high denominated currencies, a 10,000 Guyana note is only worth $1.40. Sierra Leone, a 10,000 whatever note they have is only worth $2.37. And then scroll down to number 18 is Argentina. It has a $100 peso, which is worth about $7 as far as what it can actually purchase here in dollar terms. And so it just goes on to talk about other currencies and how hard it is and things like that. But has a couple extremely inflated. Like you got a $500,000. The most highest denomination in the world today is the Vietnam, dollar or whatever you might call it. Their highest note is 500,000, which probably gets you nothing. And of course, Zimbabwe, the 100 trillion dollar note, which is no longer in circulation. If you want more information about that, visit the RTD video and see the one with Philip Haslam, where we talk about this in great depth. Other than that, just a little news, what's going on, and how how much of a joke high denomination currencies are these days. They don't purchase much. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts. Peace.